Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. It is Sunday morning. That means a very quiet meditation today. I will be talking a lot less and we'll be coming together in a quiet space together. Today's message speaks about the value of this silent space, what it does for us, what it creates in us. Our teacher for this week, of course, is Michael Beckwith, and the few quotes from him as well speaks to the usefulness of meditation, what we gain from a regular practice of meditation. So let's get into today's message. A regular practice of silence is like medicine, and the long-term healing properties of meditation have become increasingly clear through modern science. Recently, meditation research has investigated how meditation impacts what is called the brain's default mode network, which includes the self-talk that constantly chatters in the background as you go about your day. For most of us, the default mode network tends to focus on the past or the future instead of the present moment. For example, we may be vaguely aware of thoughts looping through our consciousness such as, why did I say something so stupid? What if I'm not good enough? What if this worst case scenario happens? A recent functional magnetic resonance imaging study, which is just a fancy way of saying MRI, a functional MRI study, revealed shorter neural responses in the regions of the default mode network of meditators compared to non-meditators. We'll get to that in a moment. This suggests that meditating on a regular basis enhances the ability to limit negative self-talk, such as dwelling on past mistakes or imagining problems in the future, allowing instead for meditators to stay in the now. Somebody, good morning. Happy Sunday to you. So in a nutshell, let me go through that again. Just in a nutshell, what does that study mean? It means this: people who meditate consistently are developing an increased ability to become aware of the unhelpful thoughts that are on autopilot. And their ability to take a step back from these unhelpful thoughts keeps on improving. It's very clear how a regular practice of meditation improves everything that you're trying to do in your life. You have within yourself everything you need, and meditation is just one of the tools that can help you unlock your full potential. So a few thoughts from Michael Beckwith. Michelle, good morning. Happy Sunday morning to you. It's great seeing you. When a caterpillar spins its cocoon, it goes through a transformative process and then emerges as a butterfly. Similarly, when we go through a practice of meditation and prayer, we loosen our egoic grip on a sense of self that is separate from the whole, and we become vehicles of the emergent evolutionary paradigm of love, peace, compassion, wisdom, harmony, and oneness that seeks expression on this planet. The next thought from Michael Beckwith is, meditation and prayer have withstood the test of time. They work today as perfectly as they did for those who first practiced and perfected them. Learn to become still and take your attention away from what you don't want and all of the emotional charge around what you don't want, and place your attention on what you wish to experience, says Michael Beckwith. He says, stop looking outside. You are sourced and fueled and funded by a renewable resource which is within you. It never runs out. It is your existence, your essence, your life. Everything is already there for you. Your subconscious is always going to be on autopilot, and the stream of thoughts that your subconscious produces will always be outside of your control. What consistent meditation creates is an increased awareness of these wild horses that your mind creates as they come into being. And where perhaps in the past you found yourself desperately clinging onto the backs of one wild horse after the other, regular meditation helps you see that you just don't have to try and ride any of them at all. You don't have to do anything more than stand behind the fence and watch. And the more you observe, the clearer you can see that these thoughts are just not who I am. That is when you start to become familiar with a deeper part of you. Michael Beckwith describes it this way. He says, then we become vehicles of the emergent evolutionary paradigm of love, of peace, compassion, wisdom, harmony, and oneness. Double down on your practice of meditation, and not only will you clearly begin to see the fearful ways of how the ego thinks, you'll also become immersed in the fearless ways of how the soul thinks. Continue down this path and you will find yourself growing into the expression of your soul. It is the only logical conclusion. So if you're ready, you can close your eyes and we'll slip off into this silent space together, starting with the first few big breaths. Take a deep breath in and out. A deep breath in and out. A deep inhale and let it go. Deep breath in and out. One more big breath in and let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine. Lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. With every exhale, soften. With every breath out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and even drop your head. Your only job right now is, with every exhale, to lead your body to a deeper level of softness than the one before. You don't need to try and control your thinking. There actually is no use in trying to stop your brain from thinking. Your subconscious is always going to produce a stream of thoughts. And perhaps in the past, you've had a habit of trying to ride these wild horses that your mind produces, clinging onto the necks of one wild horse after the other, trying to stay on their backs and not fall off. But with more and more of a practice of something like meditation, it becomes easier to see that you really don't have to try and ride any of those wild horses. Meditation is the practice of just standing behind the fence and watching. Seeing, of course, they're going to be running around. That is what wild horses do, right? I can just watch. And I will learn how fearful thoughts do what wild horses do. And while I'm behind this fence watching, I'm learning that there's a fearless part that does the watching. There is a fearless soul. And I'm becoming more of that. I'll check in with you at the end of this phase. Come back to your breath. Whenever your mind wanders, simply bring it back to the next breath. I'll check in with you in about 5 minutes. use the last few breaths of this phase to help your body stretch, adjust, and settle down into as much comfort as possible for the rest of the journey. Having softened our bodies into a state of presence, or at least becoming as present as we possibly can be right now, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. If you don't have the time to sit for the whole meditation with us, then this is always a good place to stop. But if you are here for the whole meditation, we'll take the next few big breaths together. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. Feel how softness slips into your body and settles in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. And feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in. And hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. So as you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs, and as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath, but hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. Each breath hold reminds us that we don't have to be the one trying to ride every wild horse that our mind comes up with. Every big breath and deep dive inside reminds us that we can be the observer that simply stands behind the fence, watching these wild horses run. Now, from time to time, we might slip into the old habit. In fact, we will almost certainly slip into the old habit. And before we know it, we're on the other side of the fence, clinging onto the back of another wild horse. Very simply, when we realize that, we can bring our attention back to the next big breath and place ourselves behind the fence one more time, and realize we don't have to be on the backs of those wild horses. We can simply watch them from a distance. Of course, with our thoughts, this is going to happen over and over again. But the practice of meditation is just like taking your brain to the gym. If you want stronger muscles, it doesn't happen from going to the gym once. It happens from showing up and doing the reps again and again and again. And if we want stronger muscles, we never get to a point where our muscles are so strong that we feel like, I never have to lift the weights again. I never have to do the reps again. And if you want a really good relationship with your mind, then the exercise of taking a step back from your thoughts and watching the wild horses run from behind the fence, this is the reps. The reps that has to be done again and again and again. Take as much time and space as you need between every breath hold, but come back to your breath hold again and again. I'll check in with you at the end of this phase. Take your next big breath. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath holding space and into the next. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a long, slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel how softness slips into your body and settles in every cell of your body. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. I'll read to you one more time a few thoughts from Michael Beckwith. He says, when a caterpillar spins its cocoon, it goes through a transformative process and then emerges as a butterfly. Similarly, when we go through a practice of meditation and prayer, we loosen our egoic grip on a sense of self that is separate from the whole. And we become vehicles of the emergent evolutionary paradigm of love, peace, compassion, wisdom, harmony, and oneness. He says, meditation and prayer have stood the test of time. They work today as perfectly as they did for those who first practiced and perfected them. Learn to become still and to take your attention away from the things that you don't want and place your attention on that which you wish to experience. Stop looking outside. You are sourced and fueled and funded by a renewable resource which is within you. It never runs out. It is your essence. It's your life. We have a few more minutes of silence left. I'll check in with you at the end of this phase. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for this space of silence. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning how to embrace stillness as a practice, the exercise of stillness. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning, accepting, being okay with the fact that this silence, this stillness almost never means my brain stops thinking thoughts. But that this stillness is an opportunity for me to grow a deeper relationship with me. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning how to take a step back from a busy mind and watch the wild horses run. Not expecting my brain to be anything else. Learning to have appreciation for exactly how this brain works. But finding that in the observing of what this brain does, I come to know myself as something that is able to take a step back. The part that can watch, observe, witness. And as I become less of the fearful thinking, I become more of the fearless observer. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for slipping into a quiet place with us. Thank you, Sunmarie. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you to everyone in the background watching. Wishing you a beautiful, peaceful Sunday. Hope you have enough rest and have enough fun, because the week starts again tomorrow, and then we want to have recharged batteries. See you again soon. Ciao, ciao.